Hey guys, what's happening in Mexico? This is crazy. They had a major protest a couple days ago in Mexico. I'm tapping in right now, man. It's going down. Guys, what's happening in Mexico is the people. Viva la Revolución de Mexico. Hey, the people of Mexico is the revolution is in Mexico is real. The people of Mexican citizens are mad at the government there. I don't know what's going on. Without further ado, let's look and find out what's going on in Mexico. Hey, it's crazy.
Massive protests breaking out in Mexico City. More than 100 police officers were injured in these violent clashes outside of the National Palace. The unrest follows the assassination of a mayor who had criticized Sheinbaum's approach to fighting drug cartels. Demonstrators, many of them Gen Z, accused the president of ignoring cartel violence and rejecting U.S. help to combat it. Leonardo Falcon and Ignacio Gonzalez are here. They have a podcast called the Leo and Nacho podcast in Mexico, and we've had them on many times on Fox Noticias. I'll start with you, Leo. Why don't you just explain to the American people what is happening at this moment? Because Mexico is in full revolt right now.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, good morning to the United States and good morning to you, Rachel. And what Mexico is currently facing is a national awakening. What we're looking at, what you're probably looking at in the screens, is a protest of the Gen Z movement in Mexico, where there are no parties that they are leading this. It's the youth, it's the Mexican people. It's not about the left, it's not about the right, it's about the Mexican people wanting the best for the country. And we're all together in this protest, we're all together for a better country, and we see it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We saw over more than 100,000 people during the streets of Mexico, and it was pretty impressive from our part to see it for the first time. And we were actually there, so we're very happy of the people that showed up in the country and that they are pushing for a change.
Nacho,
That is so true, guys. I had to stop. I'm gonna be going through this, reacting to this video. This is news, Fox News about what's happening in Mexico. This is amazing, guys. This is really going down. The youth, as these podcasters stated, um, this is the youth. This is not organizations. Just the people come together. They saw the beginning of the mayor in the northern city Mexico, northern state of Mexico, was murdered. Um, it's getting crazy down in Mexico. The people are the youth are revolutionizing groups to deal with what's going on with the government against the Mexican people, and they are proud. The Mexican people, the Mexican youth are proud. We see they're fighting back. What they feel like they're not the citizens of Mexico are not getting treated right, fairly. They believe, and they're standing up for their beliefs. Hey, it's real down in Mexico. Let's continue to find out what's going on further. I don't have nothing against that. If you feel like you're not getting treated fair in your own country, you should speak up. You know, that's the only way you get heard. You speak up and represent yourself. If the politicians are not doing it for you, if you feel like they're corrupt and things are happening, the world's not going to look at it unless you bring attention to it. And what's happening to the Mexican people are bringing attention and to the world about what's happening in their country. Because it's a sovereign nation, you can't suppose you know something about what's going on if you're not a citizen of that country. The Mexican people know what's happening in their land, so they're telling us right now what's happening. So it's interesting. I didn't know that's what's really going on. Let's find out what's more.
why are the Mexican people so angry at Claudia Sheinbaum, your president?
Well, in a country which you have 60 murders and 40 missing people a day, every single day, of course they
Wait, did I hear that right? This is Ignacio Gonzalez, co-host of Leo and Nacho podcast, says there are 60 murders a day in Mexico. I don't think you heard that in the news. I think that's stats that might be covered up because that's a lot of murders. That'll get international attention real quick. If they know that was going on in a country, that's a lot of murders a day. You tell me in a week, 7 times 66. Come on, man. Three, 3 times 60 is what? 180. Come on, man. That's 360s. 360 plus. Ooh, that's 420 people a week. That's crazy. If this is stats are true, what do y'all think? That it hits world news.
Are shocked. Of course, they are shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
We, the youth, are really desperate because we don't see the light. The generations see the teenagers after this horrific situation. We decide to protest,
Yes.
not with a flag of any political party, no, because they are killing us.
Yes.
That's the reality.
Okay, so what do you believe that Claudia Sheinbaum is complicit in this? We've had senators on here, Senator Lily Tejas, who bravely said Mexico is indeed a narco state, and she said that Claudia Sheinbaum and her Morena party, the political party she belongs to, is in business with the cartels. Is that true in your opinion, Leo?
Well, when we look at what Nacho just mentioned, when we look at 60 murders, 40 missing people every single day, the narco state of Mexico makes it pretty obvious that there's some things going on behind the curtains in the Mexican government.
Yeah.
This is sad, but what we look at here in the protest is that there's actually a noticing. There's actually a noticing of all of the Mexican youth, of all of the Mexican families, that they are saying, how can this be happening? And when you have such a big amount of the population mad, upset at what's happening in the country, something's going on. And that's when you have a protest like the one we had yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, people should understand, not only was that mayor murdered in public with his wife and his child there, but then a few days later, another mayor was executed. He was actually decapitated, his head placed on the hood of his car. This kind of stuff happens all the time. It's totally normalized in Mexico, and the Mexican people are sick of it. Now, President Trump, Nacho, has said, I'm going to take on the cartels in Venezuela. And of course, they're a transnational network, and that includes the cartels in Mexico. He has gone to Sheinbaum and said, will you help me? But her help appears to be very superficial, not real. What do the Mexican people want, Nacho, especially Generation Z? Because Generation Z is the one who is sort of fueling this protest. In fact, Claudia Sheinbaum printed out the names of all the Gen Z influencers like yourselves who were encouraging people to come out and protest, which is like putting a list out for the cartels. So tell me, do the young people like you want the help from President Trump's administration and from our military?
The Generation Z want peace. We don't care if that peace comes with American flag in the left arm or the right arm. We don't care. We want peace. The situation we're living in Mexico is crazy. It's crazy, and we have a president who prefers to talk about influencers and content creators instead of fixing the real problem,
which is the cartels. Said,
which is the cartels.
Last word,
we don't know what the problem is. We all know it.
Yeah, you know that
she prefers to look the other way.
Correct. Last word, Leo. Do the Mexican people, does Generation Z Mexicans want President Trump to eradicate the cartels, even if that includes military work, military actions?
I think that's a great question, Rachel. And I think this question works for every single country that is facing such a big and important problem, such as in Mexico. When the Mexican people is in these conditions, when the Mexican people is desperate, as Nacho said, we don't care if it's Russia. We don't care if it's Russia. We don't care if it's the United States. We just want collaboration. We just want collaboration to end this problem for once and for all. We want peace for the Mexican people. We want growth for the Mexican people. We want the future Mexican kids to be in a state of peace, not in a state of war and in a state of insecurity. We don't want it anymore.
Yeah, well, you are our neighbors, our biggest trading partners. What happens in Mexico should matter to our entire hemisphere, and especially the United States. So we wish you luck, and we are really proud of the courage of your generation to stand up to cartel violence, corruption, and crime, and take that on in the streets. So good luck. Thank you, Leo and Nacho. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you,
Rachel. We are going to win. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a
You
good
got
day.
it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
Well, the people in Mexico is going down, guys. It's sad to say it's going down, and the people in Mexico are going through it. The youth is not playing. We're seeing older people out there too. Middle-aged people, they're protesting all over. The world is getting crazy, but Mexico, they finally are revealing the Mexican people that have revolted. The youth is leading the way, guys. The youth, like, hey, I didn't know 6 people getting. Mm, 60 people are getting killed a day in Mexico. Can you imagine that? They're killing mayors down in Mexico, and I don't know who they said the cartel is killing. I can't verify that, but they showed the murder of somebody in a casket, and they said it was the mayor. I don't know. I just go on what they show. Fox News showed that. So it's crazy. It is crazy, guys. It's crazy. If this really happening like that in Mexico, the people, the youth is tired. If they're killing that many people down in Mexico, it's crazy. It is crazy. You don't hear nothing about from the president Sheinbaum of Mexico saying that's happening. There is murders, but I don't know if it's at that number. But if it is, it's crazy. But the youth is leading the way. There was in Mexico City. There's a big upheaval. Uh, they're killing the people. The Fox News said they had a list. The president put a list out of all influencers, content creators, bringing attention to the Mexico, the country, and putting things out there in the world to see. Because they caught my attention. Honestly, it's before I seen it in the U.S. news. I was watching content online, and I saw this, and I said, "This is great to talk about from an American perspective." I'm proud of the youth standing up and speaking their mind in their country. I'm not from Mexico. I'm from the United States of America. So I respect the country of Mexico and their laws. But if this happening in there, I'm proud of the Americans, Mexican citizens. Excuse me, not the Mexican citizens standing up for their causes, for their beliefs, and coming to their president and speaking on their behalf of what they feel towards this president they elected into office. If I understand, this president was duly elected. Sheinbaum was duly elected. So if we look, Mexico is a republic too. So if that's the case, you guys elected this person. I don't believe in violence. I believe that you should. They said 100 Mexican police was attacked and hurt. I don't agree with that part. I do not agree with that because you got to have law and order in any country. I believe in law and order. So that's a no-no. But I think the Mexican people have the right to stand up for their beliefs and speak to their government about who they elected. They feel like that person's not doing what they doing, supposed to be doing for the Mexican people. I support that. I support nonviolent uh, demonstration. I support that. I really do. So I didn't know this was happening in Mexico, and if this going on, I don't support the violence that's happening in Mexico. I support the people standing up for their rights. I really do, and I wish them the best. I hope they don't give up on what they're fighting for, and I hope the Mexican government listen to their people and work with their people and constituents and deal with what's happening. The violence that's happening in Mexico. They said that I guess there's cartels that's running Mexico. I don't know. I'm not like I said. I'm not in Mexico. I can't speak, but that's what they're saying. The podcasts are saying. We got senators speaking out loud saying the cartels are in cahoots with the government, and the Mexican citizens. Some of them are saying it too. So what the people are saying, if it's true, then there should be a separation. Uh, um, so I hope they come to a resolve and figure this out. But Mexico, I'm proud of you guys, the youth of Mexico. Proud of you standing up for your rights, and I'm gonna keep watching this and seeing what's going to happen in the next week, few days, and see what's happening. And I might do another reaction to what's going on, the U.S. news in perspective to what's happening in the country of Mexico. Hey, wish y'all the best. I hope y'all everything work out for you, the people of Mexico. Have a wonderful night. What do you think about this, America? What do you think about what's happening in Mexico? If you think they're doing a good thing, what's your opinion? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'd like to hear you. 60
And
people
kill
got
me.
And I'm
murdered.
Ainsley Earhart. And
60 people got murdered, guys. That's crazy. They killed a mayor. They decapitated a mayor and put his head on the hood of the car. Oh my goodness! Can you imagine that? That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't say nothing but wow, wow. What do y'all think? What's your opinion? Leave a comment, subscribe down below. We need to hear from you.